Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Astrogravitational Report for 21st of November 2023. Guys, thank you so much. It was a great comments on the videos. I appreciate it. Glad to see the new subscribers. Also, they're posting a message for it. Welcome here. And I just made a spatial report. There, I was talking about to look because that report is going to be connecting to this one. Otherwise, this report is going to be a totally, I don't want to mess with your mind, but the report that it's posted just before this one, you should take a look at it. Just personal advice to this. So, what is it cooking right now? What is the things that go on? As you see it, the love, it's still there. It's like a stoic love. There it has its mysteries, which is they come from Pisces, and it has these beautiful, beautiful earth energies that are coming from the universe itself towards the earth. But you tap into that energies there. You tap to those energy, but I spoke on the report over there. You guys know what it is in your personally. All right, so talking about the things that comes up right now within the energies, there's a lot of going on, especially that you're probably experiencing those energies of intensity pressures, similar to like the dark night of the soul. And talking about those energies, there comes in because it triggers your subconscious of what you did, what you not did. But it's the same thing, things are rising up with you. And when I say about this, here is your chart. Talking about that the moon specifically right in here at 7 o'clock in the morning, she's squaring Mercury, talking about the internal communications. Hi, talking to yourself. They're gonna be actually opposing the midheaven that it's in Virgo. Unhealed issues is gonna be comes in and rise up in the morning. But it's the same time that Mercury is squaring midheaven, is like, I don't want to talk about it. Take a look at it when I wake up in the morning. What is the thing you don't want to talk about it? Because what you don't want to talk about it, you don't talk about the wounds, or you don't want to talk about these vulnerabilities, fears, situations inside of you that they're gonna make you weak, or they're gonna present you, or something inside of it. So the moon is gonna be trigger all that. That is gonna be this energies in there, and the next hour, midheaven is gonna be crossing from Virgo to Libra. Beautiful divine energies with Saturn. Basically, the divine says if you fix your message, if you did the right, then okay, I'm open the door. That's the gate of truth. You need to understand Saturn is the gatekeeper, the karma keeper. He is the keeper of the unknown. He is the keeper of the wisdom. At the same time, he restricts you of doing things. A lot of the astrology signs for it, especially there is a things between the Sun, Mars, and Saturn. It leads to wars, but the war from within you that there is no other exit. You're only getting to a war. No, there is another exit. You to expand. You to become divine. You to become wise. Okay. Sometimes to win the war is not to fight it. So talking about that energy, some of the people, that's what there is. If you did that, Saturn opens the door of the truth, the gate of the truth, says like, okay, you can go through it, can go evolve in the next stage, in the next level, in the next situations. Talking about this love, that is it, about 9 o'clock. That's what is this powerful divine energies right now as it triggered. And since the moon is going to be transiting into Pisces, those are going to be those mysteries, those going to be the situations that are going to be triggered back in the years that I will mention to you. So if you can go back in time and reevaluate yourself right now, it's pretty good because these revaluations right now throughout the day that's gonna go into Pisces It's going to help you when at the moon crossing into Aries, you to have a new beginning, you to see the new things for it. But maybe you have to go back in time and reevaluate what happens in those particular moments of time that I was talking in that report. So the ascendant is going to be with Mercury at Sag in there. You're going to understand that you have to talk about the things, but it's the same thing. You are maybe afraid to talking about what you feel, your emotions, or maybe you are afraid to express your energies. Are you afraid of something that happened in the past may repeat? But it's coming into you so you can overcome it and you can grow from it. Take a look at it, something about that. Because this is going to be a one thing that's going to be remind you throughout the day. Talking about the next hour, which is already at 10 o'clock, you see at the midheaven it goes into a Scorpio on that energy. I mean, you're probably tired of this Scorpio. You're just like, as soon as you hear Scorpion, is like, stop the button, but actually not. If you stop the button, that's your problem. But if you continue going in there, you're gonna find that the mysteries of the Scorpio, it is to go through challenges, is to go through it. Okay, it is to get these masculine energies of rising up. There was this the last movie Rocky when he was talking to his son. You guys can find it on YouTube. There was something about talking about him that he was blaming his father that he wasn't doing this and doing that. And we're talking about right now Mars and Saturn can have a very similar energies. Like Mars, it is right now inside of you, which is that is the young person. He blames the sun, the authority in there. It's like the son goes into the father, and it's like, father, it's your fault. Like Adam, who said, like, well, you gave me Eve, and the father is like, don't blame everybody else. Cowards does that. Men's get up and go do it. If you think what you worth for it, go and fight what you worth for it. But ain't going around and say like, I cannot do this because this, and that. Cowards does this. Not you. It was something like that. But that is going to be that energies that looking at inside of you right now, it's going to be triggered with this because those limitations in there with Saturn, Sun, and Mars is going to come in more. But since the moon is right now having this square with Mercury, it's going to be one of the things. Are you going to go and have the honest talk? Or you just gonna be blah 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 blah, and I'm not worried about it. I'm not talking to this person, and I don't want to do anything with this. A lot of wisdom in there. So talking about the next hour, still midheaven is there, but your personal growth at home maybe is gonna be a trigger. But if you look at it, the energies, the ascendant there is right here at Capricorn. It helps pretty good with those energies for reaching out that growth inside. That inner work that you're doing within a shadow, and it still does for about another, talking about 2 days, because we are going to begin to Sagittarius seasons right now in 2 days. Look at it inside. Whatever, because you guys all have a different charts. Okay, but look at it. What was the collective situations that did somebody else deal with the same issue as you do? Probably you find out. The answer is yes. And what did you got from there? And you see that the one person picked one thing and the other person picked the opposite thing. And what did you pick? And now look at it inside of you. What happens before and what happens right now. Interesting, challenging times. In those challenging times, you're going to see it. I mean, talking about this 12 o'clock, you diving within that energies of limitations. What did you limit you now? Did that limits repeat itself? If it's yes, why? you have not learned the lesson, or maybe you have to relearn the lessons. You maybe have to learn these lessons of limitations to see how is it the other side. Okay, is a lot of higher level of lessons right now. It's coming, and looking at with this, it's about to establish this energies inside of you of to find a difference between personal limitations and avoidance and lack of maturity because of certain things inside of you, or look at the other side and establish a very beautiful, healthy personal and energy boundaries so you can be clear of what is going on. Okay, so everyone has things to do, everyone has things to learn, and we're talking about this ascendant at Aquarius. He's gonna comes in, it's gonna trigger this war, and you might be going at war within yourself or war within others. Just be mindful what you do with others, with yourself as well. Look at it. What is this coming from? Triggers are only trigger things that it's unhealed wounds. You know, every time when somebody poking the hands within your wound, it hurts, and you don't like it, right? You don't want it, right? What do? Protecting yourself right away. But if someone puts your fingers in your wounds, it says like, "What do you have this wound in there? Why you have not healed? What did you do? Did you take care of that wound? Did you took time to grieve and see the situations?" And you're like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't take care of it very well." Oh, okay. Now it's time for you to take care of. And this is going to be time that comes out with this rebellious stuff. And also that is going to be like, did you look at wounds within society? Did you look at wounds within the family, within yourself, and so on and so on? Just too much. All right. So talking about the next hour, which is already at 2 o'clock, work relation situations. What are you going to be doing about for work? What are you going to be doing at this in there? Saturn is currently teaching you that you got to be a teacher. If someone you have to be a teacher, you're going to be a teacher. I'm talking about because right now Saturn, who is the teacher, he's in Pisces. We're talking about the spiritual world. If you have Saturn in 12th house, God bless your soul, you know what I'm talking about. You've been a teacher or a priest in a past life as well. But talking about this Saturn right now in Pisces is exactly acting as a Saturn in the 12th house. And now Saturn it's working with that midheaven that triggers within Capricorn. If you have something in the first degrees of Capricorn and the last degrees of Sag, you're probably learning that there is something that you need to do. There is something you need to take care of. There's something you have to be really looking at. How about you learn first before you preach? Or how about you preach what you were afraid to say? First from within and tend to everybody else. Heal yourself so you can heal other people. Anything about that? You know the best. All right. What is it coming? It's coming that you're looking at into this divine energies, the ascendant. It's beginning into the front of Taurus. What is going on in the material world? At the same time, you're working with this work, and you find out that maybe the work interfere with love. We're talking about Venus that is at Libra. It's confronting midheaven right here with this energies, and for some of you, that's gonna be like the love. It's standing in a way to the path of my love. No, it doesn't. If you have the proper emotions, which is midheaven, it goes to the moon and Pisces. That energy from Pisces, from the moon, it goes to Venus. Okay? And also, if you know how to talk to yourself, that love is love, it's not going away. True love never goes away. I don't have to worry about it. Maybe I should focus on my work. So those are going to be things that it's been triggered, but also take a look at it inside of you. Do you love what you work? Yeah, the moon is going to be triggered on emotions inside of you. It's like, okay, well, I'm not, I don't get it if I love this work because these agitations that I work, I'm bringing it home towards the love within me. Does that help anybody? Triggers. All right, and here's we're talking about this energy is gonna be coming in. So I'm kind of like a 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Pay the attentions to those energies because this is gonna be a very similar energy to the full moon. That is the energy when you were experiencing yesterday when the moon and Saturn was together, when the moon began to move away from Saturn, you felt that limitations, little bit of dark night of the soul energies. They're going to be more powerful during the full moon. So for those who are spiritually rejecting, avoiding, and try to pretend and so on, all I can say is that God bless your soul. Hopefully, you find your gate of truth within you. Be your truthful. Otherwise, you are gonna go and find yourself that the only person that's not happy is you. But you're gonna find out this full moon in Gemini because the full moon Gemini, first of all, that is the intuitions that leads into your friendliness, personal friendliness within yourself. That is the third house in the astrology, because this is a air. You feel good with your friends. You feel good with what you're learning, the knowledge, the desire to know, to share, to care is right there. But at the same time, if somebody doesn't share, care with you, you're taking things personally. That has to be healed in there. But what about if the Gemini is you, your lower self and the higher self? Oh boy, internal conflict deal within? Yes, it is. What are you telling to your lower self and what are you telling to your higher self? And do they both working for you? Think about it. Oh, it's gonna be interesting report this full moon. And we're talking about 5 o'clock. As I said, that energy is here. Is gonna be with the moon, and it's gonna be trigger Mercury. I don't want to talk about it. What's going on with you? I don't want to talk about it. What is the things that goes on? I don't know. I feel things inside of me, and I don't know what I'm feeling, but I never felt like this before. Ah, is the universe sends you messages, and you see numbers, and you see things, and all of a sudden you feel like something new is coming, some new love is coming towards you, and situations, and your evaluations, and so on. And somebody's asking you, "What do you want to do?" And you're like, "I don't know. Something's going on with you, man. Some new lights coming in, new things is coming in. A lot of people is gonna be awakened, and you're like, oh, I don't know. Oh, you definitely know. You just have not spoken to yourself properly yet. And that is this energy of awakening because the moon in Pisces is gonna be triggering Venus. Venus is triggering Uranus and Jupiter, but Uranus is triggering that beautiful Mercury at Sag. But he's got a black with the moon. And that's what there is. Lack of expressions of energies and lack of expressions of emotions in there. What are you lacking to express? The truth? Probably that's what this is. The truth that is inside of your soul. And that's what this full moon is going to trigger pretty much. All right. So talking about 6, 7, and 8 o'clock, this is going to be an energy pretty much is the same thing as of yesterday, but there's going to be a little different because right now we have the moon in Pisces. This is a border emotions, and those emotions in there they're triggered from Mars and the sun. Talking about this deeply emotions, it's like I need this, I need that, I need to be taken care of, I need this, or so on and so on. How about instead of you need certain people to do things, you do it yourself from within? Because if you find it out there in the society, people more they're learning how to do things so others can do things for us. Well, that makes you immature because you cannot do it. Because people are here to tell you that when you mature, you don't need to learn and ask some other people to do things for you. You can do things to yourself from within. And that way you're not codependent, you're in peace, and you can have everything else, it's in order. So thinking about it, how you learn within yourself, because the biggest power within yourself is a self-learning. And that self-learning is affecting, it begins from where? From the family. And when the family is triggered, you're triggered as well. Here, it's a beautiful energy, but that trigger right there that I was talking about between the ascendant and Venus, it's going to be coming in. But it's the same time, midheaven, it's together with the moon, and they are squaring Mercury. Yeah, there's the issues you don't want to talk about it. Boy, there is some issues you don't want to talk about it, and especially about love. Your visions about love and what you thought the real love is, and what the current state of love is not what you thought. And you're like, oh my God, what is going on? But if you work on yourself, you got the proper love and the proper person with love next to you. Now you're enjoying it. Now you're gonna go. You're gonna be ready for the next things. You're waiting for the next things to unfold in front of you because these energies are gonna shift. Are you ready for that shift? A lot of good positive shift that's coming. Talking about Pluto, that's gonna be moving in Aquarius, and that Aquarius season is gonna be trigger a whole lot of new shift. Hopefully, some of us doesn't ascend in there. And talking about 8 o'clock, I mean, you do it for the family, okay? You're doing it first for yourself, then for the family, you person you're living in, then the family there it's intermediate family, around you, cousins, aunts, and uncles, and then grandparents, and so on. You're affecting everything. That is this purpose. You're gonna find that when the moon goes in, where the midheaven right now, it's in Aries. Midheaven right now, it's 0 degrees 43 minutes. But the moon is gonna come in here. She's gonna be pushing you now. But before pushing you, there is certain things they have to die within you, and that is your limitations and avoidance about communications and lack of transformations for better family to come. Big task, easy, as long as you decide one thing, you to be truthful. Talking about 9 o'clock energy, that is gonna be ascendant. It's walking within Leo. Some of you is gonna be triggered. Oh, what about me? What about me? I want to have things and so on. And Jupiter has been done this work for quite a while. If you feel like you have financially situations, growth situations, and you're waiting on the universe things, the universe says like, you need to learn lessons, not to control, not to do this, and you should have done certain work, so you should have mature. Leo, fifth house, kids, growing. What is coming after you make family, which is Cancer? You have what? Kids. What do the kids want? They want to learn, but they also want to be a what? Prince, princess, king, queen. This is when that mentality is developing there in the fifth house, which is Leo's energy. But if it's done it in the proper way, they can become the proper king and queen. All right. Back in the days, there were revolutions. They take the king down because he was a bad king, and then they bring it out and they choose who the king to be. So the king wasn't actually, in some of the cases, when things will go wrong, they will kill the king and they put somebody else. And this is why you're looking at this wise decisions. Okay, when people choose the leader, but when you choose the leader within you, what is going to be this proper wisdom leader that Leos represents? And talking about that energy, the moon is going to tell you in the next hour with Neptune what you need to do. And the universe is going to say, well, if you're acting like the old ways, none of these energies can happen to you. I am in charge. You can have those energies, they are available, but if you cannot tap into it, who is responsible for tapping into those energies? You. So look at it in this beautiful green and blue energies inside of it. You probably felt it this in the past few days. These energies, they are coming for that reason. You to grow, you to outgrow, you to outpass whatever happened with you in the past. And it's as faster you trust, surrender, and let go, as faster you forgive, the better the thing is getting better right away. Not like before, it takes you like a month to overcome something, or it takes you like a year to grieve. Now you understand things are like, yeah, things happen. I need to be here, now, in the present. And talking about 11 o'clock, the divine is going to tell you things. You're going to see those visions. You're going to see those energies there. Midheaven, it's going to be with Uranus. That's powerful time, especially these hours of 11 o'clock midnight. Pay attention in there. Because if you go in peace with in a bed, you're going to be waking up with peace. If you go within the word or within yourself, you're going to be waking up within that war and those limitations that you have not learned. Because as you see it right in here, there's a Saturn. He only have negative aspects, and they're coming towards ascendant and towards the Sun and Mars. Talking about this limitations from within. Are you gonna be able to remove those limitations from within yourself? All right, guys. So that's what it was, the Astrogravitational report. Thank you guys for so much for watching it. And if you need something or if you like to share comments, please post it below in the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be love. I will see you tomorrow.